Back to the Extreme Lehigh Show. I'm Ben Cabico.
And I'm Colin Auer. Today, we have a great show ahead of us.
While usually we cover the Lehigh Lafayette game, this year is a bit different.
That's right. There actually is no game this year. So instead, we're going to go over all the highs and the lows of the semester.
We even have a few special guests coming in, so get ready for an exciting show.
Now, it's time for all the highlights of the year. Coming in at number one, when Miguel came in for a Zoom call?
Yeah, that's right. Lehigh's top moment was when an R&B singer who hasn't dropped an album since 2017 had a 45-minute Q&A that 11 people went to.
Now, Ben, did you even go?
No, I did not. Now time for the lows.
Strap in.
It hasn't been a great year in South Bethlehem.
Not only did my mom get remarried, but a pandemic has swept the nation.
In response to COVID guidelines, Lehigh took 6 months to release a plan on how to manage this semester.
And it only took Steven 5 months to propose to my mom. Not nearly enough time for a lasting marriage, if you ask me.
The plan was far from solid.
Neither was their marriage.
At one point, not allowing students to congregate in more than 5 people.
5 people? So how would sports teams even practice?
Silly, Colin. Rules don't apply to sports teams.
But parties have stopped, right? Because of the pandemic.
Is the administration going to watch this video?
Probably.
Then yes.
Speaking of the administration, we actually have a very special guest coming in.
University President John Simon, come on out.
Hello, gentlemen.
President Simon, are you drunk?
No, just sad. You gotta understand, none of this was planned, all right? You can't expect things just to run smoothly or even be okay after a virus shuts down the whole country. Sometimes you hit a speed bump or two. Hey, life's a highway.
Mr. Simon, there aren't actually speed bumps on a highway.
And there isn't enough money to do weekly testing. Sue me.
Don't we have a $2 billion endowment?
You build new dorms, you bring in Halsey, you make Founders Day t-shirts, and the money fades.
Yeah, but $2 billion?
Halsey was alone 1.4.
That much?
I was a businessman, doing business.
So President Simon, the people want to know, what are your plans after Lehigh?
Well, kids, there's a lot of money in the auto industry.
Mr. Simon, are you sure?
I've watched a whole lot of bed races in my time. They used to be downhill, you know. Then the U.S. Department of Education gets on your ass after one freshman gets a debilitating accident, and then you do to the races what happened to their heart rate.
What's that?
Flatline.
Regardless, how does this lead you to the auto industry?
Well, I haven't thought that far ahead. I just know that good things happen to good people.
And are you a good person?
Did the school lose $62 million?
Yes.
Well, then there you have it. There's an old saying back in Ohio, if at first you don't succeed, step down.
Well, that seems like all the time we have. Thank you, former President Simon.
Abolish Greek life.
In other news, earlier this semester, Lehigh decided to suspend just about anyone.
That's right. Going to the water fountain without a mask.
Suspended.
Walking to the bathroom without a mask.
Suspended.
Brushing your teeth.
Suspended.
It got so bad that Lehigh was sending freshmen home to wait for their conduct meetings.
And the problem with that is some students live very far from Lehigh, say the West Coast, and, couldn't go home for a day or two on short notice.
So what happens if you can't stay in your dorm room or you can't go home? Well, you don't have a place to stay.
Yeah, that's right. Lehigh literally made dozens of their first years without housing, forced to squat in whatever off-campus house their Griffins could find them.
What a better way to integrate freshmen into the Lehigh community than have them experience firsthand the horrors that happen on East 5th.
Speaking of East 5th, this year's brought a lot of action to everyone's favorite neighborhood street.
That's right, Ben. Have you heard about the rabid squirrel infestation that has ravaged homeowners?
No, I haven't actually.
Yeah, well, these rascals have claimed over 5 student lives, with 3 others in the ICU.
That's horrible.
And so is the fact we're almost paying full tuition for the equivalent of the University of Phoenix.
Yeah, I mean, at least they probably have a basic understanding of online education, unlike my econ professor who forgot to turn off his camera and flashed the entire class.
Did you get that on recording?
Yeah, I did. It's actually on Barstool Lehigh if you want to check it out.
Fantastic. Now, Ben, it seems like it's about time to move on to our favorite segment.
Oh, so you mean it's time for Read That Lafayette Tweet?
We read the hottest and coldest takes from Lafayette students, giving our own interpretation of what they could possibly mean. First up, Stephen M. said, "My favorite part about being a Lafayette student is that our mascot is super cool. Jaguars are maybe my favorite animal."
Wow, Steven, just like your mascot, you are probably also a giant pussy. Next up, we have Brittany H. with her tweet claiming, "Lehigh is way too hilly. I could never imagine going there."
Brittany, I think your ACT score is what's prevented you from coming here, not the geography.
Now, this last tweet is our absolute favorite.
Yes, sir. Where Lafayette's own president, Allison Byerly, tweeted, "I may or may not be entertaining the idea of moving to another university. A job opportunity has opened up and I'm examining all my options."
She can't mean.
Taking John Simon's spot? We'll just have to wait and see.
I mean, to give Lafayette some credit, they will be bringing their students back in the spring. I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty jealous.
I agree. Lehigh just announced their plans for the spring semester, where they will not bring back the majority of students.
In an unrelated story, tissue and hand lotion sales have skyrocketed.
What? Oh, like master.
Yeah, Lehigh's identity crisis continues as the school looks for a new mascot after the departure of our beloved Clutch the Hawk.
It seems Clutch's leave of absence due to him becoming a born-again Christian. I guess you could call him a bird of prey.
Hawk word. Guys, who wrote that?
Who wrote the Hawkward joke?
Nobody's gonna own up to that. No one wants to come clean.
All right, one of you is getting fired, and I don't care if you go to HR about it, all right?
This is absurd. This is absurd. We're gonna have to all right, let's move on. All right.
Anyways, students are outraged at Lehigh charging $8 for a notebook at the bookstore?
$8? So I was getting a call. Oh my God. Really? Too far. Out of all of it, it was the bookstore line that went too far. We're gonna have to scrap everything. Okay, go to the end. Okay. Go Lehigh. I'm sure we would have beaten Lafayette at every sport.
All of the sports.
Even the one they are good at.
Especially that one.
Okay, well, it seems that next semester, it seems like we've been canceled.
Yeah, stay safe this Lelaf season.
Go Mountain Hawks!
Go Mountain Hawks.